craft beer breweries have become one of the most popular go-to spots. As the third most popular drink overall after water and tea, beer has surely become an essential in people's lives, especially during the pandemic. In 2021, this is the year that the Amazing Hunt will #break the mold. Listen carefully. There will be a start line task. The first team to complete this task will receive an express way, an advantage that may aid your team in today's city expedition. When I say go, you may grab your bag with the clue on top of it and start racing. Now, is everyone ready? Good luck, race safe, go!
And welcome, folks, to Live Reality Games. That was just our introduction of the newest season of The Amazing Hunt, airing on YouTube in just a little bit. I am here with special guest Bill, the producer, and kind of the backbone behind the production, and fellow racer Riley. How are we doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Super surprised to have you here. Bill kind of kept you a secret from me, so I'm super excited to kind of interview you about your previous races, talk a little bit about this one without giving too much away, of course. And of course, Bill, how are you?
Good, I'm good. Busy in front of the computer for the last few weeks, just busy editing this. There's a lot of surprises in this race, which you will see during the video as well. It gave us a lot of headache during the production. One day, not one particular day. And Riley knows what's going on with that day. Hopefully she's not spoiling it. She's having half of this down, the race is about beer, so we're all drinking beer. I told all the racers, all the viewers, just have their beer in hand. We all have at least something right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so cheers to that.
Cheers.
Now, speaking of this race in particular, Bill, this is race 35 in the series of The Amazing Hunts.
That's correct.
What makes this one different? What's the theme of this one?
This race is focused on beer again, just like last one, the 34th one. Craft beer industry is very big in BC. There's so many breweries in Vancouver, North Vancouver, Port Moody, across the greater Vancouver area. So doing one race to introduce all this brewery is not enough. So we're doing the second race. Hence, we call this race second round. And we're so lucky to have some teams from the previous race who didn't have enough to drink and come back again and drink again. So, and Riley is one of them, of course. Yes.
Yeah, so Riley, we're happy to have you back. So Riley, what got you started in like the Amazing Hunt series?
So my whole life, I've always watched the reality shows and I've always wanted to be on it. And then I had a friend actually who's I guess you would say he's a senior racer too. He had posted saying they were short a team because there was an injury that happened like a while ago. And then I ended up speaking to Bill off that race. And then I've been in every one since then.
Bill made a comment coming in to this little podcast here. You had a few different racers as your teammates. Who have you raced with so far?
I've raced with one of my good friends, Danielle. She was the first one I raced with. And then I've done 2 back-to-back beer races with Devin. And then I just raced recently with my stepdaughter for the first time ever.
Oh, that's exciting. Not to give anything away specifically, who do you think is the best connection with you as a racer? Like, who did you do the best with? Not maybe placed best with, but who did you connect with best?
I don't know if I can answer that because every single one is a different connection. Which one's probably more entertaining on TV is probably me and Devin.
Yeah.
We're probably the most entertaining ones to watch.
Which they'll explain you why during the video, why they're the most entertaining ones.
We'll see if you have not seen the other one. But every single one I share a different connection with. So it's a different level. Me and Danielle have our own thing. And then me and my stepdaughter, Charlie, we have our own connection as well. So all 3 are a pleasure to race with. And I'm happy that they all keep saying yes when I ask them to do this.
Well, that is super exciting. Bill, is there any plans for like a 4-person race instead of teams and 2?
We used to have one, and maybe one day we'll have another one. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was actually aired on TV in a weight loss program. So it was a family of 3 families of 4. They raced around Stanley Park. Then it was a weight loss program that actually asked us to be a part of segment for them. And then we create a race, and just like any other day, and we have the teams running around the Stanley Park, which is a very famous park in Vancouver. Yeah, and it was a fun experience, of course. And we all have to sign, release, and waiver and a non-disclosure agreement. Even I have to sign it. So, but then that was that was before. That was in 2011 or 2010. I don't. That was so long ago.
now, when did this race take place, Bill?
This happened on June 6, 2021. So that was just about almost 6 months ago, when the COVID pandemic is still under a little bit strict restriction. So during the production, it's quite difficult for us in order to match a lot of different things. The COVID restriction, because it's a beer race, we have to also match the brewery business hours, and as well as how to navigate through some other interesting aspect of the race, which we can't really say until you actually watch the video. Yeah.
And speaking of the first episode, we're going to be able to premiere this tonight, right, Bill? When does the first part come out?
So the schedule is very interesting, but we hope that you have some feedback from the live reality game community. How I like to do it is that this is the premiere which showed the entire race of 62 minutes of the video from start to finish. Then a week later, which is December 5th, we'll have the first episode. Then following every Sunday, the 12th and 19th, we'll each have the 20-minute episode until December 19th. And with the episodic release available on Facebook, we will hide a little bit interesting something in the episodic release. Yeah.
Well, very exciting. For anyone watching on the channel right now, you can click the link in the comments and join us at the premiere in just a few minutes here. It looks like about 15 minutes. Now, there's something different about this race, too. There's a new face here. Can you tell us who this new person is?
Yes, her name is Katrina Cotton. And back in 2020, where we have Ryan Steele, the participant from The Amazing Race Canada Season 2, as well as the local celebrity comedian who likes to do sketch comedy. He was really kind and take off his busy schedule to assist us with hosting. He was a racer, then he wants to become behind the scenes, so we were happy to have him. And now he's doing his own pilot project of another sketch comedy show, so then he's busy, too difficult for him to juggle. Then we are happy to have Katrina, which I think she's done a lot of public service announcement work for like TransLink, which is a local, I think it's a government public yeah, it's a local, but yeah, it's a public transit company. And she's also done work for Interact, so she has done a lot of work for different places. So then we're lucky to have her because it's a long history. It's a little hard to explain. Back in 2020, when we did the first beer race, we were also good to have a team that was a female team. They were talking about representation matters. So we kind of just continuation with that theme. When we auditioned 2 biracial candidates. So in the end, we decided to go with Katrina because she has done a lot of public speaking work. So in the race as a host, I think public speaking is very important. You have to make people feel welcome. Even when she eliminates people, they still need to be happy. They make sure that they're happy about it.
Not happy when you get eliminated.
Especially eliminations can always be tough to talk about.
Yes,
Riley, what was like maybe the most memorable experience out of this amazing race, amazing hunt experience you've had so far?
Out of all the races?
Yeah.
The most amazing experience that it's have is just to see different places and meet so many great people that are all into the same thing. Like from the moment you get there and you walk up, you see everyone, and then you form out and you become groups and friends. And I've stayed friends with quite a few people that I've raced with along the way.
That's fantastic. And that's really what these live reality games do for people. We see games of Big Brother, now the Amazing Race style that Bill has led us towards. We've done many Survivor ones, but it's really all about building those connections with people and continuing those after the race. We are about 15 minutes away from the premiere of episode 1, or the whole show per se. Bill, can you take us real quick through the contestants here? I know this isn't a great screen cap here, but I kind of paused the video. Who's our first team right here?
So that's Mari and Megan. So this is the third time being in our race. So the first time they were in 2010. The second time they came back in our Unfinished Business in 2019. And they're back again because of beer. Yeah.
Riley, seeing another comeback team, does that put a little pressure on you to like outperform them per se?
Depends how well they did in the other races, let's be honest. They're front. When you see a front runner walk in or someone that's won before, you're like, oh, here we go. Gotta pull up.
Who's our next team here?
So that's Ali and Justin. They're also racing 2020. Came back for their second time in this time 2021. Yep. There's a lot of times, like for Riley, when they actually when they show up on the day, they don't even know who they're racing against with, and that's the thing. It's just like Survivor; they don't know who they're racing against until the last minute of it. So they were like, I remember there's a team when they look at me, they were standing there like, "Hi, Bill." I'm like, "Hi," and then they see another team that wears similar matching clothes. They're like, "Oh, that's another team." Another team shows up. I think one person, probably Riley, and everybody else is very surprised that usually we have about 7 or 8 teams. Because beer is so popular, craft beer is very popular in BC, they end up having 10 teams of people showing up similar color. They were like, Bill, there's more? How many teams did you have? So that's the thing. I like to keep surprises for teams as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here if I can go a little bit further in the video here. Who's our next team here?
That's Alice and Maria. They're actually both not Canadian.
Alice, interesting.
Yeah, Alice is originally from Brazil. Maria, which is a little bit shorter on the right, she's actually American. Yeah, and then they travel a lot of times before, and they end up being in Canada.
Yep. Who's this next one?
That's Tom and Kate. They are both not from BC, British Columbia, where Vancouver is originally. So Tom is from I just want to say Alberta. I don't want to give wrong information. And then Kate is from Ontario. So they're both from outer province. But they have been living in Vancouver for about 5 years.
And next?
Next will be Ashvin and Danielle. They both grew up here in Vancouver. But they're originally not from Vancouver as well. And when they do the interview, like each team will have about 70 seconds of time to explain themselves, so you'll get more information out from them. Yeah.
Absolutely. We're running out of teams here towards the end. We got this green team, it looks like.
Yep, that's Tanner and Caitman, both not from BC. One's from New Brunswick, and the other one is from Alberta as well. So another team that's out of BC, not local. But they both are young actors who are pursuing in this career.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams left.
Sure. And then you have JP and Shannon. They are seasoned veteran racers. Just like Briley, they have been attending since 2019. So they have done races together. I think this is their 4th race together. That's all I can say for now. I don't want to give it out too much.
Well, we got 3 more teams. This team looks familiar, I'd say.
That's Cole and Austin, popular people in the live reality games community. they did very well in the last beer race, and that's why they come back for the second time. We'll see how they do this time.
And they are some of our community members who have also played Survivor BC.
Yeah.
Next team.
Next team is Devin and Riley, which Riley is.
Hey, that's me.
Right
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Our fan favorites, right? Because Riley's here tonight with us.
Yes.
And honestly, Riley, you're a joy to watch in any race that you're on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Riley is actually our production favorite. All the camera operators saying that, can you have her back again? She is very entertaining. I was like, I will try my best. As long as I think there's a beer challenge, I think she will always be back.
Oh yeah, me and Devin are in for beer.
Oh, good. And our last but not least team.
Last but not least, there are moms, Carolyn and Vanessa. They're both moms with 4 kids.
Oh, big families.
Yes, not together but separate, so that each one have 4 kids. Yes, good.
Riley, on game day here, which team scared you the most?
When I showed up to this race,
Mm-hmm.
well, we were one of the last teams to show up, and we walk up to the beer race with the beer in hand.
Fitting.
And then we seen Cole and Austin and JP and Shannon, who we'd raced with before, and I was like, "Oh, time to finish the beer because it's go time."
Yeah.
Getting your game face on.
Well, speaking of go time, we have about 10 minutes before episode 1 shows up on YouTube here for the premiere. Bill, any final thoughts about this upcoming season?
It's just 1 episode, so you will see the entire thing. It's just really there's many surprises, to be honest. And if you are avid Amazing Race watcher, you'll find there's always new twist in the Amazing Hunt. Like Riley attended 4 times in total. Every single time, there's always something new.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Riley, what would you say to somebody that maybe is thinking about doing a city expedition or something with the Amazing Hunt?
I would say to somebody that's thinking about it, because a lot of people I know think about it and they're nervous about it, but I would just say it is so much fun. It is exactly what you expect it to be, except you don't know it's what it's to be. So I would just say sign up. You'll figure it out.
Well, speaking of, we're going to figure it out here on the first episode coming right here in just about 5 minutes. So with that, Bill, thank you for being here. Riley, thanks for being here as well as a special guest. Super surprise for me. Until then, everyone, make sure you go to YouTube and follow with the premiere. And we'll see you there. All right, take care.
Thank you.